In this episode, we're going to be talking about getting distracted and how we can focus.
Welcome to that missionary life with Elder Jensen.
This is episode 67, week 102, Cureloms, Cumoms and Zebras. Once again, here is a reminder that we are nearing the last episode of this show. So if you would like to be in the last episode of That Missionary Life, send a clip of yourself singing the intro song to this series to this email, and you will make it into the last episode. So this week we went to Raising Cane's, but for the record, I did not eat any of it. I still go to Cane's, but I don't partake of Cane's. That's just, I don't know, personal goal, I guess. We filmed an epic video of delivering a Book of Mormon. We got to see the ice cream man again. Tried Mobamba sauce.
We got the Mambo sauce. Here's the logo. It tastes like apple juice and ketchup. And spicy.
And asked someone if they had a zebra. They never said yes or no, and I'm still believing that they do. We're in a pretty well-off area of California right now. It's actually the most well-off area in the Mission, if you catch my drift. And every time we drive past this one person's yard, I swear I see a zebra there. That's an exotic pet, and I don't know if it's a pet or if they're borrowing it or if it's even a zebra at all, but I'm telling you that I am not asleep, I'm not on drugs, I'm not doing anything crazy, and I'm pretty sure they have a zebra. This week, I've been doing a lot of focus on what life looks like after the mission. Now, this is different from being trunky, which I have never been on the mission, and I'll get into in a second. But as you start to near the end of the mission, as you start to near the end of any large point in your life, it's wise to look to the next thing as well. You need to prepare yourself for what's to come. You can't just expect it to happen the second that the one thing ends. It's like trying to jump really, really far, but not running at all or giving yourself any momentum. You're not gonna be able to leap as far. So while I'm still focused on the mission, I'm also focused during my break time on after mission life. But it's always been this juggle. How do you stay focused on the mission and not become trunky? Trunky basically means packing your trunk and your bags and being ready to go home. Essentially, it's you're yearning for things not with you. So how do we stay focused on where we are, and how do we not get distracted by things? Well, my first tip is to actually pour yourself into it. This example of Cureloms, Cumoms and Zebras can demonstrate this. Now, really quick sidebar, what is a Curelom and what is a Cumom? Well, when Joseph Smith was translating the Book of Mormon, he was translating it from Egyptian Hebrew text into English, and obviously they're not gonna call animals the exact same thing that we call animals, so when he tried to directly translate something from what they called it into what it would sound like in English, he got two different animals called Cureloms and Cumoms, and we have no idea what those are, So an example of not being distracted this week would be there have been plenty of opportunities for me to be thinking about dating life back home, but instead I have had my mind on Cureloms, Cumoms, and Zebras. It's funny, but it's true. So pour yourself into what you're doing. My second tip is not to try and completely brush off the things of the future or the things that are trying to distract you. Just save them for the right time. Now, not every distraction is a distraction that you should follow, but the ones that you should follow and can't follow at the time, we need to save those and forget about them. I've never been trunky for my entire mission, and my secret to that is whenever something comes along that could make me trunky, I put it into a note and I completely forget about it. It's out of sight, it's out of mind, but it's not completely gone. Don't linger on the distractions, just put them where they need to be. My third and last tip for not getting distracted is to think of the blessings and benefits of being where you are right now. 1 Peter 5:8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." An idle mind is the playground for the devil. When you don't have something that you're focused on, when you're distracted, it's the perfect opportunity for mistakes to slip in and for temptations from the devil to start creeping over you. When we really enjoy what we're doing, when we plan out things that we're doing so that we don't get distracted, we lose distraction and we lose the temptation from the adversary that would have creeped in those empty spots. So this week, I challenge you to plan out one of your days entirely. See how much less distracted you get, and maybe if you like it, you can keep going from there. Distraction is not necessary, and I promise you can get away from it. And with that, we've reached the end. Previous episodes are linked down below, and if you'd like to check out the show as soon as it comes out, or share the show with your friends, click the link down below to do so. As always, I'm open for comments or questions, of which I'll respond to next week. Remember that God loves you, and I do too. Have a great week.